Finding a niche and a passion is such a fucking hard task. I'm just gonna say it now because I don't want to fool you. I want to be real. I still don't know what exactly my one niche is. However, I've decided to focus my streams on mental health. And I'm going to talk to you how I arrived to that conclusion, as well as steps that I took to kind of figure out what I wanted to major in college and what I want to major in life. Because it's so easy to feel lost about finding that one key perfect answer to know what we're supposed to do with the rest of our lives. I've watched so many TED Talks, listened to countless people talk about their experiences, how a passion and niche is overrated, or how it is the key to happiness and success. I was always confused because I used to wonder, what if I love multiple things? What if I don't know which one I want to focus on and maybe I just have different interests? Or when it came to streaming, I like so many different games. How do I not be just a variety streamer? And is that bad? Also, side note, it isn't bad, it's just a different path and it may be harder, but depends what you want to do and what you need. So let's talk about it. Alright, welcome back. I'm Janine, or Punflower. So today we're going to talk about finding your passion and niche. This is kind of continuing with the series from our last two videos, talking about how to deal with burnout, and then of course why stream coaching didn't work for me. It took a really long time and a lot of trial and error to really choose what I wanted to focus my streams on, and also what I wanted to do in general and study. I'm going to talk a little bit about streaming, and I'm also going to talk about college and my path and how they're all intertwining. So I hope this is insightful. So I'm Asian American, I'm mixed, I'm Indian and Filipina. My mom's family is from the Philippines, my dad's family is from India, they migrated here, I was born here, yay. Family is pretty traditional and strict in some ways, particularly with education. So when I started college, I thought I'd be a doctor, lawyer, engineer, like if you understand. I knew as a doctor, more people would die, and as a lawyer, more people might be in jail. So I was like, okay, engineering, cool. I tried it for 2 years. I took the second half of calculus. It was extremely difficult, but it wasn't until my chemistry class where I was halfway through and it started getting so much more complicated. And mind you, all the sciences are kind of difficult, but if you really don't like it or really don't want to do that, it's even more difficult to go through. Anyway, so I called my parents and I was like, I can't do it. I can't. This is not for me. I made some compromises. I started studying psychology and art. Eventually I dropped psychology because I realized I don't really want to just pursue that, even though I found the topic super interesting. I got a BA in art, and then I also had an internship and we started doing more graphic design work. And mind you, I've been a graphic designer since I was 15, so about 10 years now. Yes, I'm 25. I look like I'm 16 still, whatever. Asian genes. So that's really what ignited me to want to study graphic design. And then fast forward, I got another undergraduate degree in graphic design in hopes of getting to a better grad school. And fast forward again, now I'm here and I'm in grad school and studying that. And 1 more year to go. Pretty exciting. Lots of hard work, but we're hanging in there. Anyway, back to the video topic. So that's how I arrived with graphic design. For me, what inspired me to want to study it more is because I really appreciate design, but I also appreciate the power of it and how we can communicate messages, tell stories, make a lot of influential change in either politics or just mental health and advertising. My biggest gripe is with advertising because of health issues in my own story and how I was affected by it. I'll talk about that in a later video. And at the same time, I got into streaming in 2016. I really appreciate the outlet to talk to people as well as to just connect and play games together. I think it's such a beautiful thing. As I mentioned, I used to stream League of Legends all the time. It was super fun. I tried to niche a little bit more down and connect with the community more, so I created a Minecraft server and then tried to incorporate mental health stuff, and then I did. I got burned out. I tried doing variety again, and I realized as I continued my grad school journey that I just have a big lack of time. And then amidst the pandemic, I got even more motivated to just narrow down and focus because I want to utilize my time in the best way possible to achieve my goals and to help as many people as I can. And I just want to make an impact. I want to try, I want to start. We really don't know how much time we have in this world, so I want to make the most of it. And that's a big core thing for me of trying to find my own passion and niche, because sometimes, I don't know about y'all, but I really do have multiple interests. Like I like astrology, mythology. I do like League and TFT and Overwatch, and I also like crafting and painting sometimes. But to do one thing all the time, I found that choice really difficult, and I think a lot of us struggle with that because sometimes variety is the spice of life. It's nice to do different things. I think it's kind of silly to expect us to do one thing or pick one topic and just have it be our thing forever. No, we are multifaceted, we're human. However, I will say when it comes to streaming and branding, especially on a very saturated platform like Twitch or YouTube, whatever, there is a value to having a focus. Even if you don't have a singular game to focus on, do you have a theme? And then thinking about that theme and your mission and your goal, what fulfills you internally, is what you're doing helping with that theme. If your goal is to foster positivity, is playing League of Legends ranked games going to help that? Not really. Not the best. It could, depending on how you approach it. But again, you have to just realize that there are different paths that we can take, and some paths are more difficult than others, which isn't bad or good. It depends on what you want to do, where you are in life, what your needs are. So for me, like I mentioned, I'm a full-time grad student. I don't really have the luxury of time to just stream whatever. I mean, yeah, I can, but I value that interaction. I value helping people. I value feeling like my time is being used and being used well. And I wasn't accomplishing that when I was streaming a bunch of different games. For you, it might be different. Maybe you do have more time. Maybe you're in a place in your life where it is nice to just play games and also focus on one thing. There's a lot of different factors in trying to find that niche and passion. Ultimately, I think we already know what our passions are. It's mostly what you care about and like what inspires you. So for me, like I'm passionate about animals, or I'm passionate about helping people feel better and not feel alone. These are things intrinsically that I already knew and that have been near and dear to my heart over time. But sometimes to put that all together and to put it on paper and to try to figure out what we want to do with all of that information is very tricky. So again, kind of like I mentioned before, I'm trying to meet my own needs and try to be more financially independent, as I am a full-time student and not working, but trying to work on this. So if you are interested in commissioning me for a one-on-one conversation or for graphic design, alerts, emotes, badges, you could check out our portfolio. It's over here and links below. I'm happy to provide my graphic design expertise from my school and just personal experience to hopefully help you gain clarity as well. Creating this service, I know I have a need, like I mentioned, to try to sustain myself, but then I also know people have a need to feel better and feel more whole with themselves and have a clearer sense of direction. And it's in doing this, in storytelling and giving people hopefully helpful advice and perspectives, and then also offering that service where it creates this mutually beneficial cycle of love and happiness and needs being met. And that's where I think merging our passion and our niche and just how we execute that all comes together. Some exercises I'd recommend y'all to do on a paper, it's called a bubble chart. So in the middle you put yourself, and then you draw a line with another bubble with all your different interests, and you just keep kind of spreading them out, and then you look at it as a whole and you're like, oh yeah, okay. You try to find the common theme, and even if there isn't a common theme, think of one that you could pick to kind of focus on. Like what could you talk about forever and ever? I could talk about a lot of things, but I know I'm really passionate about my own experiences and of course helping people feel better, so I'm like, all right, I can do that. I'm doing it. Also, watching different TED Talks I think are really good too. One TED Talk I watched about where it doesn't really matter about your passion or niche, I think was informative, because sometimes there's a notion where we have to wait to find that before we start doing stuff, and I think it's the opposite, kind of like the video said, where you just start doing stuff and then eventually figure out which one you like doing the best or which one fits you more. Because it's true, sometimes you just don't know until you try it. I didn't know how hard mental health streams would be until I tried it, and then I realized, oh, I need to approach this differently if I don't want that same outcome. So here I am. And there's always trial and error. It's not a perfect journey whatsoever, so it takes time and a lot of understanding. And again, I just think really focusing on what you care about, what you like, your experiences, how that shaped you, and then putting it together and trying to understand what will make you feel happy, what your needs are via content creation or streaming, or what your needs are via life, and how they just all align together to help you feel better and to feel happy. Because ultimately, material things and popularity and vanity will only get you so far. I believe that life is more about connections that you make and relationships, and that to me is truly invaluable and so special. I really encourage y'all to reflect and to think about what is important to you. I wish I could just give you a box and you open it and ta-da, there's your passion. Maybe. I don't know if you would find something. Unfortunately, it's not super easy or straightforward sometimes. Maybe it is, and that's awesome. I think for a lot of us it is not. If you want to have conversations about finding your own passion and niche, feel free to join our Discord, by the way. Link is here and below. We also have some growth exercises where you can practice just sharing your progress, your insights, what you're grateful for. I think all those things also help us kind of focus down and figure out what is important to us. And then of course, if you want to have these conversations live, we stream Fridays and Saturdays at 10 a.m. PST on twitch.tv/punflower. I'd love to connect with y'all there and just have a more two-way conversation. And I hope this was helpful. Let me know in the comments what you think about your passion and niche. Have you found it? Are you going to try these tips? Let me know if they're helpful. We also started a new feedback channel on our Discord, so if you want honest feedback on your artwork, your design, your streams, your content, your life, feel free to type there. I started that because honestly, in some of the comments from our previous video of why stream coaching didn't work for me, there's some people who were saying that, oh, either you need to be pretty or a girl to succeed, or that they don't know what they're doing wrong. And just from a design point of view, I can already see some things where their own branding and their own thumbnails could be drastically improved. And granted, again, mine are not perfect, but I think I'm doing a pretty good job of communicating that solid branding and message. I'm working on it. But anyway, I can at least give my perspective from that and then being a content creator for a few years. So if you wanted honest feedback there, feel free. And of course, if you want that one-on-one time with me, you can book me and check out our portfolio and our commissions site down below. It'd be awesome to work with y'all, and yeah, I really hope this isn't coming off as trying to like cash grab. I do want to be able to earn more and just help others with that, so this is a little bit new. But of course, I'll always provide this free content and be available on Discord, so you have that resource. And we're working on a workbook to practice some exercises to just be better and to feel better, so keep an eye out for that. Thank y'all again for watching. Please let me know if this is helpful, if you want more tips about finding your passion and niche. I know that in a sense I kind of give different types of advice, but ultimately it's a lot of self-reflection, and again, if you need that conversation, then we can provide that too. So I will see you in the next one, and have a wonderful day.